What's up, bro?
Yo,
Federal Friday night.
Are you ready?
Eat at the Federal, 110 West Federal.
Hey, thank you.
Eat at the Federal.
Eat at the Federal.
Eat at the Federal. If you want to be a champion like you, eat at the Federal. 110, motherfucker, Federal Street. Eat at the Federal. Eat at the Federal. Eat at the Federal. Eat at the Federal. You just suck like the rest of these fucking rookies.
And we're live!
Federal Friday night! Yeah! Woo! Welcome into Federal Friday night. You may notice this isn't JVM, this isn't Poppy Chulo, no, it's the Rajpak! I've taken over, I'm at the Federal 110 West Federal, Youngstown, Ohio. I'm out here right now, live, enjoying the ambiance. And you know why I'm here? I'm here because JVM is having a baby! Yeah! So the crew could not be in for this game tonight. The Rajpak sliding in. He's helping the Insiders. I'm an official member of the Insiders. I'm usually on the outside, but I'm sliding in tonight and helping everybody out. But I don't just have my commentating hat on tonight. I have exclusive photos of JVM's baby. I know that you're ready to see the newest Italian stallion. So let's look at the photographic evidence here. So first, it was wild, man. JVM's water broke in the middle of the street as Poppy Chulo was serving out of the Federal 110 West Federal Youngstown, Ohio truck. You can see him with the Prego bag there. You can see JVM knows something bad has just occurred, but luckily Poppy Chulo is there. Poppy, with his driving expertise, jumped right in front of the truck, drove the Federal truck all the way to the hospital. You can see JVM doing his breathing exercises, which he learned very well. He has his pots and pans there giving him support. And then at the hospital, Poppy Chulo continues being the awesome sauce that he is, running JVM all the way through St. Joseph's Hospital, getting him into the pregnancy room where doctors were able to perform 16 hours of prenatal care. You can see JVM rewarding himself with a delicious burger from the Federal 110 West Federal, Youngstown, Ohio. And after that delicious burger, after the birth of JVM's baby, there it is, JVM's baby giving us the thumbs up. Poppy Chulo and JVM, so proud. Congratulations, gentlemen. You're amazing. We love you guys. And we love the Federal here, 110 West Federal, Youngstown, Ohio. Like I said, I'm out here right now, Rajpaking it, enjoying some burgers. You know I ordered the John Wayne. How delicious. So scrumptious. You got to get yourself out here, 110 West Federal, Youngstown, Ohio. Heaven on earth. The greatest place to be! The Rajpak! Let's hear it for the Rajpak! The China banging, crotch chopping, I do whatever I want! Zach! Suck it! Suck it! That's right, I tell my kids to suck it, because I'm the Rajpak! Awesome, alright, well tonight's Federal Friday nights, I'm here to call the action with JBM having the baby and all that. It's going to be the NES Doodads taking on the Seattle Sound. These are divisional rivals. The NES Doodads have already clinched, and they're actually fighting for a number one seed. If they can win here tonight and the Hurt Donuts loses later this week, they will be tied by record, and then we'll have to go to the tiebreaker. So it is possible that the NES Doodads could be going into the playoffs as the number one Mad Dog seed. The Seattle, unfortunately, even with a win here today, they will not be able to catch the other wild card participants. So Seattle is just looking to be a wet blanket on the NES Doodads and not allowing them that first seed in the playoffs. And I expect nothing but action, nothing but greatness here on Federal Friday nights as the NES Doodads will take on the Seattle Sound. Are you ready? Bow, bow. Well, let's do it. Let's count the Raj Pak down. 3, 2, 1, play. The last game, 17 weeks, guys. Thank you for being here for all the adventure, all the good times and all the bad. And now, the greatest of them all, a new Italian stallion is being born in the world. And TFO action still going on. This may be the last week, but playoffs. We got all of August and all of September to get through the longest playoffs in TFO history. Just because I want to be lazy. 1st and 10 here as Seattle Sound will start with the ball. Eddie Vedder with the ball. He goes back, but he finds the laser scope. Fire, fire, fire. Yeah, can I get another beer? Thank you. The staff out here at the Federal 110 West Federal, Youngstown, Ohio. The greatest staff ever. Other than JVM staff, how do you think that baby was made? 1st down for the Seattle Sound as they battle their hated rival, the NES Doodads. The Doodads have been on a mission this season since day one to claim the Leviathan Bowl. Their owner, Levi, his name is literally in the bowl name, the Leviathan Bowl, and they have made their owner proud, coming in today 12-3. What a record. And really, they were one of the last teams to be undefeated. There we go, Scott Weiland with the 1st down right in the red zone here. Let me get this John Wayne in my mouth. Oh my God, it's so good. The barbecue's dripping off my chin. Oh, as that pass dripped off of his fingertips. 2nd and 10 here for the Seattle Sound. A handoff to Rick Ashley. He's never going to give up. He's never going to let that football go. 3rd and 7 here for the Seattle Sound. The NES Doodad defense. Oh, the defense did too. And now the field goal unit comes out here for the Seattle Sound. Mark with the kick. It's up. And it is good. Marky Mark and his funky bunch able to get the 3 points in there and take the lead in this very last game of Week 17 season, baby. I mean, we got more games playing this week, but this is it. This is the last week. Some of these people are going home. Seattle's going home after today, but they want to make their mark. What a catch there by Action Chair. I could use an action chair. That sounds awesome. 2nd and 1 here for the NES Doodads. The Game Genie pushes the code and gets the 1st down. He's got the book. You got the book with all the Game Genie codes in it, man. Stop skeletons from fighting. That's in there, baby. As the Power Glove goes up and around, oh my gosh, all the defenders. The Seattle Sound could not hear the greatness of the Power Glove, and the Power Glove punched him right in the face. Game Genie now. He's got the ball after the flea flicker. A big pass to the glove. The glove's up. Oh, wait, it's defended. No, he's got it. What a jumping catch by the Power Glove. 1st down. They're in the red zone. They're looking to score. Can they get in the pink? Gray to the glove. Glove again going all the way around, but this time the defense a little smarter. They've heard that rift before. 2nd and 13, man in motion. Accessory in motion, I'm sorry. Game Genie looking around. He's got a man open in the middle. It's the Power Grip. Touchdown. I owned a Power Grip, man. They're black with red and blue buttons, and you hold it like a motorcycle. But then your left thumb is on like a D-pad, and your right thumb is like on like the A and B. I think maybe there might be even a trigger behind your trigger finger on your right hand. It's a very versatile accessory. You're able to use him in any NES game you want, except like a Power Pad or Zapper game. Hoon with the ball in the Hoon! Gets it over. Oh, no! But Shannon Hoon is down, injured after that great play. They're going to bring in the backup Staley. First and 10 for the Seattle Sound, down by 4, 5 minutes here in the second quarter. We begin the second quarter with a pass. Petty catches it, Tom Petty with the ball, gets it to the 25-yard line, first down. He felt that grass growing beneath his feet. He had to start running. Vetter with the ball, he's keeping it, looking around, quick pass to Scott Weiland. Weiland with a move! What a move, what a rift by Scott Weiland as he's able to whammy bar his way into the blue zone. Eddie Vetter, might as well call him Darth Vetter. What an evil touchdown that was. 7-10. So now the Seattle Sound, do you hear it? That's a 3-point lead as Pressman Speedboard, one of the greatest returners of our era. He was a return MVP a few seasons ago. I forget exactly when, but I remember he's got a lot of them, and he has been a hell of a player this year. And there is the Game Genie, the quarterback extreme, using the codes: unlimited lives, unlimited health, unlimited speed. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm just so jacked up here with all these drinks at the Federal, 110 West Federal, Youngstown, Ohio. Come out and get a bucket. Touchdown! Everybody outside is looking in because they see me going crazy. And why wouldn't they? 110 West Federal, Youngstown, Ohio. These prices will have you going crazy. Like you can get some good food and save some money and watch some great action. 14-10. They got wings. They got the wings back, baby. I want my baby back wings. Federal. 110 West Federal, Youngstown, Ohio. First and 10. You know, we call it first and 10 because of the Federal. 110. Get it? Get it? What a catch. Oh, no. Tom Petty coughs it up. Tom Petty coughs it up, and the laser scope again. One of the great defenders on the NES Doodads, the laser scope, fired himself. Fired into that reception of the what do you call it when you pick up a fumble? A fumble recovery. That's right. Sorry, again, all of these drinks out here at the Federal, the shots I've done so far, they obviously know who the Rajpak is out here. Dan's back there. He shouldn't be working right now. Your brother is giving birth, for God's sakes. Get to the hospital, Dan. But Dan's always back there slaving away, making sure that we get the greatest food on earth. Action chair with some action. 5 touchdown. The action chair. What a touchdown by the action chair, taking up the NES Doodads by 10 and a point after now. The U-Force with the kick. It is up and it is good. An 11-point game. The ball will now be back in the hands of the Seattle Sound. Can they respond with 1 and change remaining? Staley gets the ball across the 20-yard line, so first and 10. So they're going to have about 80 yards to go here. Vetter's going to have to find a big solo, but he finds it from laser scope again. Oh, wow! And laser scope lasered in on the injury of Eddie Vetter, and Vetter is out. And so Stapp is coming in as the backup. A lot of pressure here. 2nd and 19, the first snap for Stapp. Oh, that was a very shitty pass, and Seattle Sound. I mean, Seattle's used to be in a shitty place. That's a cesspool, one of the worst places on earth. The NES advantage with a huge sack. Did I say something about Seattle being shit? Well, they are. What a shit place. So they must be used to this. They can come back from it. Although, I mean, if you've been to Seattle recently, they ain't coming back from anything, it feels like. They just going downhill. But you know what's going up, Bill? The NES prices. Accessories are expensive. This team is bougie now. As the Game Genie gets it to the orange zapper. Pa-pow, pa-pow. Gets the first down, but all they care about is getting to halftime, because at halftime, all of these players are going to get to enjoy some delectably delicious treats from the Federal, 110 West Federal, Youngstown, Ohio. We got burgers, we got wings, we got drinks. The girls are here, the guys are here. Everyone is at the Federal, 110 West Federal, Youngstown, Ohio. Preston Speedboard back at it. Look at, he is a quick one. They need to stop him and stop him quick, but they haven't. Oh, they did. Right at the 40-yard line. If he would have gotten away, that probably would have been a touchdown. 1st and 10 for the NES Doodads. Genie has a man open, throwing to the glove. What a connection! Can you stop that tandem of a game Genie with a power glove? Oh my God. As the NES Doodads, again, remember, if they are victorious here today, they are trying to win the tiebreaker that they have, they have to pray that the NES, the Donuts need to lose. That's what it is. I'll get it right here. So the Hertz Donuts are up by 1 game. So the NES Doodads need to win this, and then they need to hope that the laser scope again, Jesus Christ, that Hertz Donut loses this week. Hertz Donut going up against the Greek Legends. Okay, so they got to hope the Greek Legends win that matchup. What a catch there by Scott Weiland. Huge jump. Gets it to the 45-yard line. Trying to pull up some stats here because that tiebreaker is going to be based on their point differential. And so there's a lot of different point differentials going on right now. And if you want to know the point differential, you should be on our Facebook group because Tim the Body, he gives the power rankings. And I know all that shit is on there. 3 minutes here, backup Stapp, keeping the ball, looking around, pitching it out. What a shitty pass. They have to rely on this shitty quarterback. That's what they've got to do. So Stapp steps up. That was actually a good pass. Right into the hands of Alanis Morissette. Wasn't that ironic? Okay, so the NES Doodads came in today with exactly a plus 200 point differential, okay? The Hertz Donut come in with 180 or something like that. So if they were tied in records and the NES Doodads win this week, they'll have more points, and the Donuts would lose. They'd have less points. So the NES Doodads would be the #1 seed going into the playoffs. Touchdown by the Seattle Sound! Chris Cornell! What a catch! And again, for the Doodads, it does not matter how much they win by here. It just matters that they win, and then they have to put the faith into the Greek Legends. The Greek Legends, one of 2 teams that have been here in TFO, or one of 2 TFO owners that have been in TFO since the inception, since the beginning, since 2013, and the Greek Legends were one of those original teams, one of the original founding teams of TFO. And they've gone away, but they've come back. But Mikey Davis has been here the entire time, and so the NES Doodads are going to have to place their future. Who will they be playing in the playoffs? That's going to be decided by the Greek Legends if the Doodads can be victorious here today. But the Seattle Sound, 3rd and 21, they want to make that not happen. Game Genie, oh no, the power glove is open. Throw it. He took off. The Game Genie took off. Maybe strategy here, guys. Maybe strategy. They are wanting to deplete the clock. They do not want to put more points on the board so quickly because that would give Seattle a chance to rebut. The power glove and that run right there shows me that they are trying to waste time. Look at they get the first down and more from the reverse. The reverse just milks that clock, baby. And that's what the Doodads are trying to do here. Again, they don't care how much they win by. They care about winning and then wanting the Hertz Donut to lose. If Hertz Donut loses, then that'll make the NES Doodads the #1 seed, and then they will play the wild card winner as Left Eye burns the house down to get there. And we are going to have some amazing wild card action too. The wild card game for the Mad Dog looks crazy here as we're going to have Vought International take on All Elite Wrestling. That's been locked in. Neither of those teams can win their division, and they both have locked in that wild card spot. Touchdown! So if the NES Doodads are #1 seed, they're going to have to face the winner of Vought International and All Elite Wrestling. But if they are not the #1 seed, if they are the #2 seed, then they will face the #3 seed, Lord of the Rings. So it's all about who are they really wanting to face. Do they want to face Lord of the Rings, or they want to face the winner of VOT International against All Elite Wrestling? I mean, I don't like any of those matchups, honestly, but first and 10, and that's what it's going to be in playoffs. It's not like you really want to play any of them, right? If they're in the playoffs, you know that they're there for a reason. 3:20 left here on the clock. The backup Staff. He's trying to make something happen. Fumbled. He made something happen. He gave the ball right to Laser Scope, the player of the game. He gets a touchdown, a defensive touchdown for the Laser Scope. Wow. Put the headset on, put the eye thing in your eye, and just scream in the microphone. What a touchdown. Sacks, forced fumbles. Laser Scope has been a tour de force on this NES Doodad team here today. Wow. Just amazing performance. Now I got to go check the stats out here from the previous weeks and see how the boy was doing before we got here. What a first down, as the Seattle Sound just trying to claw, trying to stay in this in some capacity. Snap back, he throws the ball, he gets it to Atlantis Morissette. What a catch by Morissette. Another timeout called. Wow, none of these guys are in the top mad sackers or interceptors. You would have confused me. I thought, man, the NES Doodad, the Laser Scope, man, he definitely going to be going up the ranks a little bit at the end of this week. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. The 4 score is up there for the NES Doodads, but he hasn't really done anything today. He's had 7 interceptions on the season coming in today. So 42-17, 124 left on the clock. In the red zone is Staff. He pitches it to Tom Petty. Tom Petty gets not even back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 11. That was a loss of 1. A loss of time, a loss of yards. Staff with the ball. He's got an open. It's Cornell. Oh, but the defense running up their 4 score. Again, he may not have an interception on the day, but he has been back there blocking passes all day long as Staff goes again down to the Laser Scope, as Laser Scope just increasing his worth, trying to get those season bonuses. Oh, as the RF switch, the side change, man. The Laser Scope couldn't take him down there, so RF switch. And you got to have an RF switch, damn it. Get that RF switch so that you can hook it up to your coax, baby. Play some NES on the CRT. And then bring that CRT to the Federal, 110 West Federal, Youngstown, Ohio. They have game nights at the Federal. Check the Facebook for the Federal. As that's it, the final 2026 Federal Friday night. And the NES Doodads are victorious 42-17. What a game. 100% completion by the Game Genie. The connection the Game Genie and the Power Glove had on 3 occasions were marvelous. Marvelous! But we can't forget about the Laser Scope and the great work he did, along with the returning duties of Preston Speedboard. Congratulations, NES Doodads! You deserve to be the number 1 seed, but you'll only get there if the Greek Legends allow it. Watch the Hurt Donut versus the Greek Legends this weekend. Thank you, the Federal boys. Thank you, the Insiders, for all the work you do on Federal Friday night. I love you guys. The Rajpak does love you. Congratulations on the baby. The music's gone, but we're not going to stop because we will see you next Tecmo.